So today we're going to be watching a video of us from probably November of 2009 when we were in Thailand. And like we did last time, I'm going to throw Safari up on the screen so that they get to see as well a map of what this means, because I thought that was a cool idea. I'm glad I remembered this time.
I had forgotten.
Yeah, you got to remind me if I forget. That goes for anybody watching. If I forget, you got to remind me. So let me just get that going up here. Okay, and I'll toggle the scene to this one. Okay, so we need to go to Thailand. Okay, so like we said last time, I don't know how far I'm going to do this every time. Like we went here and there and there and then here and then there. Like how far back do I go? Do you know what I mean?
You don't need to go back to Costa Rica.
Okay, so as we all know, we've been touring around Thailand in the video series here, and we were in Bangkok, and then we went up right just north to this area where Ayutthaya was. And then we went over to Kanchanaburi.
So that we could go to the waterfalls. And that is the icon that is there. Like when you hover over it is those waterfalls. So makes sense. So
that is I never know which way to turn, this way. That is the last video that we did where we went to the Severed Step waterfall thing and all that stuff. And then the next stop that we had was in Chiang Mai, which is really heavy. That is going
to be a significant distance traveled.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, we could just find out. How far is it? Directions.
Ooh, let's try and book a terrible bus.
Chiang Mai. And, I don't know, transit. Will it do it? Let's do it by
just
car.
Driving then. It's 9 hours.
Now, if I recall, we had to go from Kanchanaburi over to Ayutthaya again and then transfer north. I don't think that the bus that we took...
How do you even remember that?
I just remember it. I don't know. So, I mean, it's a significant distance. So Chiang Mai is a pretty heavy tourist spot in the northern... It's like the northern portal to a couple of other tourist areas, Pai and Chiang Rai and stuff like this, that we didn't really spend any time in, but we did go over here, and that'll be coming in the future. But this is just like a jumping point. It's a pretty big city, and a lot of people
really
hit there.
It's small in my head.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Zoom in. More zooming. Enhance.
I remember going up on this hill. I remember renting a motorbike.
Yeah, I basically think Chiang Mai is that square.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, I remember the square, and there's like nothing else there.
There's
a dog that was looking at me like I'm always a shithead. I remember that dog. You remember that dog?
What?
He's an asshole. He was looking at me like he owned the place. I'm pretty sure he might have owned the place.
I don't remember this dog.
We got a picture of it.
He had your number for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've kind of established like geographically what we're talking about, really all I remember about Chiang Mai is the elephant thing.
The elephant thing? I remember you falling asleep in a hammock.
Oh yeah. That happened as well. And I think that might get covered in the video. And I don't think I'm going to get deep into this yet, but maybe after the video I'll talk about how I feel at this point about the elephant thing.
Oh, okay.
Because I have mixed feelings about it. So anyway, let's get into the video. We were watching the news, so that means the volume's going to be like at 1,040.
How did you remember that?
Dude, you know how many steps this takes?
I plugged in a thing and I'm pretty sure it broke everything. I'm actually not that bad at technology, so...
Okay. So we can close that down, and we can close down Safari, and we can get a video rolling. No, I have a snack folder, but it's not the snack. I wanted to click on snack.
Yeah, we could just watch Snick for a little while.
Do you have your...
Dude, let me tell everybody. Is anybody out there a Simpsons fan? Seriously. Because we watched... I just got this, like, idea that maybe... If a whole bunch of people drop off, I'm going to be like, wow. I just got this idea, like, maybe we should just download the most recent season of The Simpsons and see where it's at. Just see what's going on with it. And we watched the first episode of the most recent season, season 33, and it was wretched. It was so bad to the point that Eric was like, I could have just watched Snake crawl on the screen for 25 minutes and it would have been fine. And I agree with him. I at least would have had, like, a good time.
Open the app.
Oh, I told him the story.
Yeah, I already told you. Yeah, but
oh,
not
man.
everybody's heard it. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is... It's fun to hear it from you.
I think I chuckled twice during the whole thing.
I couldn't believe you chuckled.
And it was like, I knew it was low blow type of stuff.
Can we, can you open your app so if you want to pause the thing, it's pausable?
I can make it pausable.
Why was it so bad? Get started, it was a musical episode. This is bad.
And not a good musical episode. I think they've had musical episodes in the past, but that's not a season opener, and it's also just the criteria that was there wasn't even good. They didn't even, like, climb into the topic of the musical was Y2K, and it's not like they delved into how people felt or the craziness of Y2K and explaining it to the kids or something like that. It was really, like, about making a musical and about Marge's, like,
it was just bad. It doesn't matter what you've gone too far. Is this terrible?
Yeah, it was just
terrible.
bad.
Zoomer Simpsons writers always say it's best when you're 15. I don't think, no way 15-year-olds like this. Do they? No way. This is like legacy media. I can't imagine. That's like...
I actually think it's just made by AI.
I think, yeah, maybe AI writes everything now.
AI writes it, AI animates it, and AI does the voices.
AI needs to get fired.
Yeah, I sat there and thought about that. I was like, this is some shit that somebody programmed into a computer, and it's just spitting out...
Okay.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Let's get into the video.
I know what this app looks like.
All right, here we go, y'all. We don't have any audio. Nobody has any audio. What's going on?
At one point, it was just set to mute.
Yeah, something... Gosh, I'm having every problem today. Oh, I think I know. This thing needs to be toggled.
Yes, Nick.
To this. I hate audio. Okay. Looks like everybody has audio now. Of course, I didn't hear if we had audio.
Are Zoomers modern day boomers?
Yeah, it's like the current generation of teenagers or something.
Thank you for following us. And Snake.
We don't have audio. Oh my gosh. Why do we not have audio?
I have no idea. Is audio coming out of... No, we can't do that. That'll mess up something else.
Now they don't have audio either. Oh my gosh.
Man, I should have saved my
your
Simpsons
story
rant for right now.
Everything is all boned up.
Any other rants? Well, I think that it's probably safe to say that in this video, we don't preface our thoughts of going to Chiang Mai. I think that I knew, having read the book that Chiang Mai was heavily touristed, and we heard a lot of people kind of talk about it. And we didn't have the intention, I think, to really stay there for a long time, knowing that there were going to be a lot of people there. We don't really like to stay in areas where, backpacker town, or like sections of cities that are backpacker-esque, like going to, I can't even remember, some sort of road in Bangkok. I think it starts with a C, but it's like, it's just labeled this road, and people just go there. And I feel like people go there because they're in a state of their lives that is different than the state of the lives that we were living at the time, being in a monogamous relationship. And not being drug users and other things that just don't tie us to that crowd. And also,
Finally. Okay.
We got sound. What's that road called?
Oh, where all the backpacker stuff is?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain types of like travelers that we just aren't like.
And we get along with them. I like talking to them.
They're fine to hang out with.
But I don't want to be surrounded by the culture that comes with that. Like sitting in a beanbag for an hour is fine. But
would we go back to Chiang Mai now? Yeah, I think I would. I don't feel particularly drawn to it, though, to be completely honest. We can finally get into the video now. Let's do it. This is really, really, really in the jungles of Thailand. There is a city down here. That's Chiang Mai in its region. And we're up at some waterfall that's like 8 or 9 levels, and there's nobody here, and it's a very difficult trek through the jungle. We're at level 3, and the spiders and ants and other things we can't identify that we've seen has scared us to the point. What?
I remember this now.
Oh, do you? Mm-hmm. So we had a motorbike, I think.
Yes, we definitely had a motorbike, and we had sandals on, and I saw an ant that was like the size of my thumb, and I was just like, nah, dude, I'm not trying to have that like on me.
At which we're probably not going to go any further, because if we get bit by something, I don't know what's going to happen. The place we were at yesterday that's not far from here had these giant bees, and there were signs everywhere that said the bees were poisonous. So needless to say, we're probably going to play it cool and just head out in a minute. This is the edge of the waterfall. And I'll be honest, I don't remember this at all. It's very slippery because it has recently rained. And it looks like Katie is not happy about this bridge over here I've asked her to walk on so I can take a picture. She's found something. What are they?
This was probably one of my first times to go no, and I actually had to sit there and think to myself, am I really gonna say no about this? Like, shouldn't I just keep pushing forward? We're on an adventure. Like, do you say no when you're on an adventure? We have all this time today to go and do this stuff. What are we gonna fill the other time with? Like, I remember thinking all these things and coming to the conclusion that no was the answer, and that felt really foreign for me.
Bees are poisonous if you eat them and you get sick. Do you know the difference? Do you know this? It's like a thing on the internet where everybody likes to be like, oh, you know, like if something bites you and you die, then it's venomous. But if you eat venomous. But if you eat it and you die, then it's poisonous. Does that make sense? So I wonder if some things are both.
Are those spiders poisonous? Yeah, I would definitely say poisonous.
Eat the spiders?
It's just and that's the interesting thing about saying something is more natural. That's wrong, but it's way more natural. Mm-hmm. Like saying something is poisonous.
It just feels. Yeah, it just feels.
Yeah, and I mean, you could ask like 10 people.
At the point that I filmed this video, I probably didn't know that, but I know that now because it just comes up on the internet all the time.
Oh, I still don't know that.
Well, you don't use the internet.
Yeah. You learn stuff on there?
Yeah, sometimes. Usually it's just crap, though. It's not
I
worth
just
it.
watched some people beat a man. And I was like, I don't think I want to use the internet anymore.
They're like gigantic ants. More are gonna come down. Look at them.
Oh, this is you with the ants. Okay.
Found gigantic ants.
I guess I kind of do remember this.
Can you take a step that way and hold on the rail?
No.
Holy nuts, that's big. Katie, you having fun?
No. I don't like those ants. They look like giant spiders.
They do, they're really weird looking. This is what we're going up, and this is why we wussed out. It's just, we decided we don't have the gear, as in these shoes, and we also...
So those shoes, I don't know if I'm going to mention this in the video, but when we were on them, I don't even know if you know this. You know I almost ripped my foot off in Chiang Mai by accident on the motorbike?
No.
Yeah, I caught
maybe.
Yeah, my foot, I was wearing those flip-flops, and at one point I just got them stuck on something, like when I put my foot down, like on a curb or something like that, and it just ripped my foot backwards, and it was quite worrying.
Yeah, you turned bridge, we turned around.
So don't have the know-how or understanding of what to do if you get bit by something.
Yeah, do you think you'd keep going now?
Yeah, that ant didn't look that scary.
Yeah. I think that we just feel more comfortable around our settings and stuff. I don't know if we were in a new, different country, maybe we wouldn't, but in Japan, I would have just kept moving.
I do think that we saw more than the ants, and the open-toed shoes still creeps me out a little bit, but I'd have to actually see it for myself.
I think we got used to the shoes too.
Poisonous, or a tiger eats you, or something. Who knows what lives out here.
This turtle is gigantic. Oh my goodness. He's the coolest turtle in the world right now.
Like, his head looks like an uncircumcised dong, right?
It kind of looks like a seal.
Same thing.
Is your dick... Oh, uncircumcised? Never mind. I'm sharing some information there.
Basically, this is a forest wat, and they built caves at one point.
You don't say.
Probably in the 14th century. There's my buddy. I told him I wasn't going to take my shoes off, but I took my shoes off.
Did you have
I'm not taking my shoes off.
No, I didn't have to get yelled at first.
You have the camera here. That's interesting. I don't remember who...
Actually, that's not very...
Who carried it then? Was it both of
I
us?
probably would have been carrying it if we were on the motorbike.
That's a good point.
And I use the camera a fuck ton more because it's just point and shoot. There's a barrier of entry that I'm not willing to expert on. That, like, even if I
Like the new cameras
got to a comfortableness with the camera, I still have to then know that later you're going to be looking at that stuff. Like, and you have to produce something good with it. It is like two barriers.
I disagree with that. I think you need to just shoot. Make video go. And that's why I give you the GoPro, so you can just put its point and shoot, just go. It's the same thing as you used to have back in the day.
Oh yeah.
That's why I keep, every time we go on trips now, I'm like, here's the GoPro, here's the Katie cam.
You mean the toilet cam?
I think you just don't think about it too much, you know. But you have made some videos like every once in a while with it, which is nice.
This?
No, with the
toilet cam.
With the GoPro, yeah, the toilet cam. Good thing it's waterproof.
Indeed.
Somebody's living in
They're a bomb shelter.
Yeah, could have been. Oh, I remember these signs.
Say about this other than it's kind of cool.
Worth this crummy strip
Oh
mall.
my god, you look amazing. Wow, look at you.
What?
What a stunner. If I had walked past you at some point, I'd be like, uh-huh.
Thing. It's a mall, it's inside, but it kind of feels like a strip mall. And this is what some of the teenagers here do. These are karaoke booths.
Karaoke.
I got invited to karaoke on Saturday.
They're rocking it out. It's a
Karaoke.
big deal here.
It's interesting
Yeah, I
that
don't.
you see into them.
I don't think that I went into one here.
No,
it
I
was
don't think
in
we did.
Korea.
Huh? Really? We went into one in Korea? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I do
You
remember
paid
that.
by the song, I think.
That's right. I do remember that.
So this man and woman are making an offering. The man has put something into the donation box. He also has in his hand, she's putting something in the donation box. He has in his hand a bottle of water or some clear liquid. And they are both, I don't know if praying is the right word, but so then they pour it in there
Yeah, that's cool. It goes up into the stupa.
and they send it up.
This is a whole lot of, oh, yeah. Watching these. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, this is pretty badass.
They're giggling as they do this. I don't know if it's gonna dump out when it gets up there or I have no idea. It's a lot of work. Ah. And then it pours it out.
Very cool. You don't see that every
Bring it on
day.
back for the next person. Alright, so Eric just asked me if I wanted to be creeped out. And I don't know if you can tell yet what's sitting in that box. But Eric's got me walking in here.
Hold on. I gotta say, Ronan 038, thank you for the $5. We appreciate it.
Ooh, sweet.
Yep, that goes towards keeping things rolling here with the internets and stuff. So thank you.
And the creepy footage.
What were you gonna say something about this?
I have a vague recollection of this, but I'm mixing it with something else in my head.
And there's just a dude chilling in that box. I don't know
Oh yeah.
if that guy's alive or what.
Did we ever figure it out?
You can see how freaked out I am because I moved to the side instead of moving forward.
I have no idea.
This is,
He's not alive, is he? What is it?
I don't
What is the
know,
deal? I don't
but-
remember.
regardless, I like seeing what my fear looks like. Yeah, and I don't want to get his eyes caught in my eyes, so I put it as close to that line so that I could.
Is it creeping you out? Hold on.
Oh, fuck all y'all.
It hasn't blinked yet.
Yeah, it must be. It's got to be a statue. I've never seen something like this before.
But it looks real.
It looks real. It looks really real and real. I remember I was like literally not. I'm like, wait, what in the heck was that?
We are at.
Yeah, it's CGI.
It's really good CGI.
And if that's wrong, that's just how it is.
Is it mummified?
It's whistle time. Is there a rape in progress? Run!
What are we talking about? We kept calling it a rape whistle, didn't we? I don't know where we got that though.
Yeah.
It's more like a starter's pistol.
It's either because it came on our bag or it came with like a compass or something like that because you always wanted a compass and we
need to
just
get
sat there
another one.
calling it the rape whistle and then I guess this is the first time that you had whistled it on your own.
So wait, so like that's legitimately a dead dude, like for realsies? Like it's a guy that's dead and they mummified him? Like it shows how much I know. I mean, you wouldn't.
That's some seriously good mummifying.
Yeah, that's what I want Katie to do when I die. Katie's gone, so we're just gonna have Eric time. How is he conserved so well then? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure we can Google it and figure it out. But it was, yeah. We gotta think of what can we do for Eric. Oh, you know what we can do for Eric time? Oh, can I pet him? Good sheep. Good sheep. Goodbye, sheep. Katie, I pet the E-sheep. I pet the big E-sheep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's good. Try to remember to do that next time, because you'll go to the bathroom next week.
You know, I got this drink And I was like, yeah, I went pee like a few minutes before you made that video. And then I had to go pee again.
Sheepzilla, dudes. Sheepzilla. I think you need to come closer to me, or did I move over? Somebody moved.
I left the room, so I'm assuming it was me.
All right, let's get back into it.
Okay.
All right, well, here they've got some ruins, and they look pretty cool. You can't walk up them. That kind of stinks,
I
but...
think this is kind of like the major part of the tourist draw in Chiang Mai.
And then over here is the actual Wat, and it's pretty stunning looking. It just looks... It looks like how my mom would make her clothes if, like, she could make her clothes out of gold. There's monks all around. There are lots of stray dogs here, and I think that it's just because tourists come here, and I'm sure that tourists are happy to feed the dogs.
We're always talking about
Weird cut.
cheaper the food.
I think you just turned off the camera really fast sometimes.
Oh yeah, we had to have a discussion about the amount of time before and the amount of time after.
We still have a process where, like, when we go to film with the camera, it's like the person holding the camera presses the record button, and then there's almost like a 1, 2, and then we nod.
It isn't even a 1, 2. I wait for the camera to tell me it's on the second.
Yeah.
And then I tell you to go.
Like, and we usually do it with like a nod.
That I'm verifying that it's actually recording.
Yep.
And that made me really happy. When I did it back in the day to get to that 2 second, I didn't really think about it. But years later, I was like, that was genius. You always knew you were recording.
But the camera that we were using here, it didn't have a screen that flipped. So, like, you could only see the screen from behind. If you were selfie cameraing with it, you couldn't see anything that was happening. So there were a lot of times where I think we thought we pressed the record button and didn't. That happened a lot.
And sometimes it's difficult to find the right place. In Bangkok, these are everywhere, but outside of Bangkok, it's been a little more difficult. This is a food stall that is literally on the side of a street. You can see Katie. Something just fell out of a tree. And you can see this is our cook, and they're watching the TV. This one's got a little more than normal. Usually they don't have
Or
this
not
much
go
shade
back
or-
or like pause it. So there's like the sign that's white with the blue writing on it. Directly to the right of that is like a glass box that shows like what vegetables and food they have that day. And that box, I haven't thought about it until right now, but I love that box.
Anything, but
Mama noodles or whatever.
really nice.
Mama.
Pad Thai guy, which is just chicken pad Thai, just like what you'd get in the States, only probably way a bit more flavorful and a smaller quantity.
Boy, I'm snobby.
But still filling, and I haven't had it yet, but it's 30 baht, so it's $1.
You were boastful and you hadn't even eaten it yet.
Yeah, I know. I sound like an idiot.
Pretty cheap. You can see the wok that he's cooking.
I think we're also kind of still at the phase where I don't think I knew how to talk to a camera. Sometimes I think some people, when they first start making videos, they kind of sound goofy, and like it's just like, I mean, I'm not saying that we're good at it now, but I feel like I'm better at, when we go to film, like comprehending things and like putting out my thoughts and things like that. And that was really a clunky way of explaining all of that. But I can hear that in myself. Like, I'm just like, just keep making noises with your mouth even if you don't have anything to say. I feel like I can think further ahead when I speak on camera now for some reason. Like my brain is faster or something.
In here.
Yo, that looks good. I'm into it. I think I remember it not being very good at this place. But it looks good.
Garlic pork.
Garlic pork. Have a bite. Let's see if it's good.
Periodically, I think I remember them. They wouldn't like burn off whatever oils enough, and it would be, the flavor of the food would just be oil, like in a bad way. It would taste like gasoline or something. Like that would come sometimes from these types of places. It was always a bit of a gamble.
What's the verdict? Hot. 1,000 degrees still.
It's okay.
Not
amazing.
Not amazing, but okay. It's very common to get cucumber with your dish. Cucumber here is really good, really flavorful. And they'll give you these little glasses. Here's another Thai fact. Everything that you drink is served with a straw. If you go into 7-Eleven and get a bottle of water, they put a straw in the bag, and none of the straws are ever wrapped. They just handle them with their hot hands, and it's interesting, but you never see anybody drink anything straight out of the bottle or glass. It just does not happen. It's like a taboo or something. And so we get this little metal glass.
I wonder if it's because the glasses don't get washed.
I like that I'm eating that with a fork.
With your meal.
What would you use now?
I'm struggling. I'm watching myself struggle with it.
Instead of using the spoon?
Instead of using the spoon. And I guess that's because I want to poke.
Americans and their forks, man.
I want to poke at the meat. But I'm just sitting here going, you have a better tool for that.
Soda if you want, but, what's the point if the...
Ooh, the Fanta.
Okay, so I decided that we were going to do something a little bit crazy. We don't usually...
So this was filmed in
Kumagaya.
Japan. Okay, so I did a re-edit of these videos at some point because they were broken into a whole lot of different pieces, and I put them together so they would be more like one big chunk. So we're watching like the second time this video had been edited.
Do big excursions and such on these things. We kind of just go with the flow. But I decided we'd do something big, and I also decided not to tell Eric about it. I didn't want to spoil the surprise, but I'll let you know that we're going to an elephant farm, and we're going to be elephant owners for a day. But Eric doesn't know this, so let's see what he thinks is going to happen.
I don't know.
Eric, have you figured out what we're doing today?
You do this to me every once in a while. I just wake up in the morning and there's a camera.
You look amazing.
What'd I say?
I'm naked.
Your eyeballs are real naked.
We're going swimming with nubbins.
We're not going swimming with nubbins.
That's why I told we have to go swimming with nubbins now so we can stick it to him.
We're not going swimming with nubbins. This is a really
I was like,
surprise now.
It was really early too, wasn't it?
yeah, when you said that we're going swimming with nubbins, I was like, man, it's going to be a letdown. I really was like, wow, put all this planning in, I'm doing all this stuff, I'm going to spend some money, and boy's going to be disappointed that he didn't swim with a nubbin today.
How did you figure out about this?
I don't know. I don't really remember.
But you did. I didn't. At this point, I really didn't have any idea what we were doing.
More than likely, it was probably a guidebook situation, and then I went online and did research. I did strong research into how the companies...
Ethics and stuff were like
not
treatment.
necessarily ethics, but just how they presented themselves, because I didn't really have a strong grasp on a lot of that. But I could tell whether, like, what they took you to do and how they had you treat the animals. Like, if they had you wash the animals and do things with the animals that was more than just like, we're just gonna walk you here and there.
You wanted more of an experience out of it.
Well, but I also felt that showed that the company's giving you real exposure to these animals, and if they were doing a bad job and you just went over to an animal that was dying and couldn't take you on this walk or go in the water with you, then maybe it's bad news.
Sure.
Or they wouldn't be good.
Yeah, the word nubbins is like probably from 2003 or something. I don't remember exactly when it came, but we lived in America when I think, did nubbins predate our relationship?
I think it's very possible that nubbins predated because you send an email to someone.
Yeah.
Asking about the nubbins, and I was
the
not
director
involved.
of the Washington D.C. Zoo, the
I
National
was
Zoo.
not involved in that.
You don't know what we're doing?
I'm very tired, but
It was really early.
Oh, that's it. 6:52. We'll figure out when you figure it out. I decided to
Pause. Do you remember me being really ill that morning?
No.
I had this
Stomach.
way more infant. It was lady stuff.
Yeah,
The
I do remember that.
extreme
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
that
you
happens.
hurt.
Like,
Like,
yeah,
you work-
like
you- yeah, I remember that.
immense pain. And I thought we were going to have to cancel and that they would tell me it was unrefundable.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was really worried about that, but Everything's smoothed out.
Tara Elephant Farms, because I'd heard a lot of good things about them from our guidebook and online. And it's very important when you come to these areas, you will see animals that are treated terribly. And you just know, I don't want to support that. But we heard a lot of good things about Patara, and as you'll see in the video, they really do treat the animals really, really well. So we were happy to be supporting that. In this next clip, you're going to meet a very eccentric, slightly strange man, and he was our tour guide during this time. And it's around this time that Eric starts to realize we're gonna play with some elephants.
Can you still do it?
You know how to tell elephant happy? You know how to tell elephant happy? It is like, it's a little bit off because I haven't been around him in 12 plus years. But you know how to tell elephant happy.
This guy said this like 1,000
Yeah,
times.
and I figure we probably got the information
It was really funny.
after the first ask.
You said this over and over. Like, this was a catchphrase.
Every time we saw an elephant, that's what we said for like the entire
Years.
rest of the trip.
Every morning the trainer come to check if in good mood in the bad mood. How you can check if in good mood in the bad mood? How you know? No? When you see the, if in flipping their ears and swing their tail like this means elephant happy. When you walk to see that you're the elephant, the ear wide open like this. Look at just you. Don't move past everything. Bad side. This means elephant had the bad mood. Check one more time.
Here's Eric meeting his elephant, Mae.
So they gave me the big elephant, and she was pregnant. Remember, I had a bonus elephant.
Yeah, you had a bonus
I rubbed that in your face for years.
Yeah, I had a bell.
Yeah,
I was the leader of the pack too.
Pujan had a bell, but I had
We had
two.
the
I had
best-
2 elephants.
Yeah. I think this guy was a really attractive.
Oh my! Oh, what
That dude?
Mahood? There's a word for what the elephant trainer guys are called. I can't remember.
Oh
what
man,
word.
I don't remember that, but yeah, I kind of remember him being good looking.
When you're an elephant,
Is that elephant happy or what?
your elephant clean. They come with tons of dirt on them, which helps keep them away from being sunburnt. We have to clean this dirt off because we don't want to chafe them when we ride on their backs. In order to clean off this dirt, we have to beat the elephants in the back with a very leafy stick. I think they really, really like this.
A lot of squeaking.
Once all the dirt is removed, it's time to take a bath. Here you can meet my elephant, Puchan.
Look how little Pujan is comparatively.
It was time to get them pearly white. We would take dirt from the waterbed and rub it onto his tusks to remove any debris. It's important to have good tusk hygiene.
They would like set you up and then like give
Yeah,
the elephant
rainbow.
a command, and the elephant would noodle, like do the spraying thing.
Feet on the trunk. Okay, go.
This is
Jumping
crazy.
onto an elephant
Yeah.
for the first time can be very awkward, but these elephants know what they're doing. They're smart guys.
And
I remember that outfit was really comfortable that day.
let's top the ear. Move forward. Much further. Now, more further.
Yeah,
It feels weird. I remember that being like
Yeah.
this far forward. Is this okay?
And you turn.
and your turn. I wonder if they've had anybody get
Half leg
injured.
top on the ears. Half leg, move forward. Half leg top on the ear. Half leg, more forward. Okay. No hand. ไปจับตรงนี้เลย
This music is great.
It's from some video game. I don't remember what it is.
I'm riding an elephant. It's a little awkward.
So you got the camera that day.
And that's Eric,
I'm good at
his
one-handed
elephant. You
events.
feel like you're about to fall off.
You're way down there.
That is my trainer. And this is Eric's trainer. And this is Puchan. Puchan seems very antsy and is moving around a lot. We are riding these bareback, so I really don't have anything to hold on to except for his head, and that's not much to hold on to.
This is literally the first time you've seen this, right?
No, I
you
think
seen
that
it
I've
before?
watched this. I don't know if I got this far, which is sad. Or if it was just that this is kind of a memorable thing, that I would have watched it more than once.
He does get their own elephant. That's pretty crazy.
So the group that we were in, we probably didn't mention this. There were
Smiley Girl? We still talk about Smiley Girl.
Yeah, we still talk about her. There were two total. There were three total couples, right?
Yes.
So there was there was the American couple, there was
British
the us couple,
couple.
and a British couple.
Yeah.
That was it. Okay, so that's how big the crew was. It wasn't like a tremendous amount of people.
And the other American couple were on their honeymoon.
That's right.
And they
Seemed well off.
I got the
seemed like they
definite
were well
impression that they were well off.
What's your elephant's name? Mae Mai. Bye. Bye. Bye means to go forward. And Puchan seems to be doing pretty good at that.
Wow.
He does not give a shit about your Yana.
The elephants, if they want to get food, they just do it.
Bye. Bye. Alright, DD.
Look at the setting.
DD.
DD is like good or something like that.
Yeah, this is.
Bye.
And we weren't going through necessarily the easiest areas either.
We went up this hill. We probably film it.
This big hill right here. I just got mud all over me.
And like you just walk through this muddy forest, like straight up a
Yeah.
hill.
Trekking through stuff like this, it's kind of surprising. Bye. Bye. I don't want these guys to think that I'm slacking on the job, but I don't think those elephants paying attention to me at all. Wow. What, are you trying to beat me now? I don't know about this. Bye. Bye. Bye.
You can hear her elephant has a bell. You can hear it ding every once in a while. Which is interesting. Is the bell there? Why? What are they
was
worried
the
about?
leader.
Are they worried about that elephant catching a bird, or are they worried about like the elephant getting loose and they're not able to find it? Like you can't see it.
It's hiding.
What is the bell
It's hiding
for?
behind that tree.
Ding ding ding! I heard the bell.
Oh, I'll find him.
I get a lot of video of Eric because it's hard for me to get video of me.
Some sort of joke about an
And
elephant
we
behind
are
a tree.
trekking through water.
They are bear bells. Maybe they're tiger bells.
Oh man. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. It turns out that Eric's elephant is pregnant. So he's actually riding on 2 elephants and he's been wiping it in my face all day long telling me.
I mean, that's not surprising at all.
Bye.
That went on for you. That's still going on.
Yeah, I think when we
Slow race.
talked about watching this video, you wiped it in my face.
Bye. Bye.
So at one point, a car came by and freaked out my elephant.
And stuff.
Do you remember this?
Kinda, yeah. I also remember that we passed another group of elephants, and that was
Yeah. They had to worry about the elephants like
not
getting involved with each other.
confrontation, not
Like,
confrontational, but just kind of intense.
What's your guy's name?
Whoop-ha.
Awesome. Just got a snack.
You know, she's got that memory. They argue about who had the best elephant.
oh, you think so?
The name was Hoo Ha.
Yeah, something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
so like, and she's always like, "Oh, I remember Hoo Ha. Hoo Ha was the best." And yeah, it's kind of cool that they have those memories too.
Yeah, we're on the road.
This was only like a short
It's gonna be a
portion
interesting video.
on the road. Most of it was like this.
We stopped at a waterfall, and our buddies are getting a drink and relaxing. Elephants like to swim. Those little guys just having a good old time. The guy that has basically been riding the elephant while it's in the water is doing a really good job of balancing, and he's stepping on his head. I don't know how I feel about that. That's weird.
Elephant doesn't seem to care.
The elephant does not care. These are the instructions that you have to give the elephant. There is bai, which makes them go forward, hao, which makes them stop, na long, which makes them sit, look, which makes them get up, toy, which makes them go back, yana means not to eat things, and didi means good boy. I guess I'll start.
Before we get into this, what's your memory of this food? Do you remember it?
I feel like I have a bad memory of it.
Yeah, you left this situation for some reason unhappy with the food, and I left it thrilled. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I don't
remember what bothered you about it, but you were bummed about it somehow.
I even remember like events after this where they said there was a communal lunch, and I just saw this and I was like, no, I'm not happy about that.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was great.
I would see it in my head. Now I'm excited by this, but there was something about this situation that rubbed me the wrong way.
Look at the rock on her hand, man.
Yeah. Well off. Smiley girl is well off.
With the fried chicken. I don't remember what half the things they said they were. I know that this one has curry in it.
Yep. This one's potato.
Potato. Let's fucking open one.
Oh, I think you're supposed to eat the outside, or no? Maybe not.
I know.
No.
Smiley girl's not intelligent.
I don't know.
That was very nice of you.
That one's spicy.
You don't know what it is either. What are you talking about? You're not intelligent.
That bitch is gonna be eating a banana leaf. That is high in fiber.
Sugar water. Or no, like boiling sugar.
She knows
That looks
about
like
the sugar.
sticky rice again. That's one of my favorite.
Sticky rice with a sweet potato in it.
Yo, this looks fun.
Alright.
Sticky rice with
Yeah, like we said, we think they were well off.
hanging out with elephants for a second. I was like, what was that?
They were staying in like the most expensive hotel in Chiang Mai, which was like actually quite expensive if I recall. I remember getting because they picked us all up in vans and then they dropped us all off, and when they dropped them off, it was like the gates to heaven or something like this. I remember being pretty ridiculous. But they were on a honeymoon, so I mean, big ballin', I guess. They were in a different situation.
I know that I did not like this gelatinous thing that's happening now. Might be fine with it. My ability to enjoy food has grown exponentially since the moment that I probably started dating you. I think before that, I didn't really think about food and like having interesting, scary experiences. There's an elephant in the background.
Yeah, there's an elephant standing there.
I have no idea. But it's good. Oh, banana.
Okay, banana. And that
Like, this is some fried chicken too, just in case there's somebody there that's not interested in eating other things.
Also weirded out by the insects. Yeah, and I'm not into that.
Oh, okay. That definitely changed.
I have no idea what that can be. Any ideas?
It just tastes like congealed stuff. I don't really know. Dragon fruit, bananas, a couple of ants. These things, that has curry in it, what Eric's eating right now. Has a little bit of curry.
Yeah.
This is like sweet noodles on top of rice, and that is sweet
Thai
rice.
food is good, dude.
I'd like to go back and have this meal again.
Yeah.
Fried chicken. Puchan is my elephant to the right. I don't know who he is fighting. They're not really fighting, but they're playing. Eric's working on his camouflage. They'll never know. They're all going for dips. We're getting ready to go on our second ride. And while we were eating, we had a really good time. Fried chicken and whatnot. And then we got to feed all of the elephants our leftovers. And they were very excited about it.
Look at the way they use their trunks. It's crazy. Cool creatures. Katie,
What?
you dropped it.
Look,
Really
I've
good.
never fed an elephant before.
This is something rare. Somebody else is filming us.
Yeah.
That hardly ever has happened. Where we're both in the shot, like disconnected from the camera like this. It's really rare. So the people that were the elephant people had a camera with them, and they took a lot of really awesome photos.
Yeah, because
But
the
they also
other
made some
people
videos.
didn't come with anything. Like,
Yeah,
they might
no.
have taken pictures, but nobody else was doing videos.
I
or
don't think
whatnot.
anybody else had a camera. Because like before, people had like, I don't know, I don't remember seeing anything like that.
And they had to worry about them getting hurt.
Yeah, and our
people
camera
didn't
was like
wanna-
indestructible.
Yeah.
This was amazing.
Erica is now. We're basically expected to wash them, and
I've got 2 camera angles.
dirt equals infection. We learned about that earlier today. That's basically what's going on. Erica's the biggest elephant, obviously. She's pregnant and whatnot. Eric, you gotta clean for 2. You gotta clean for 2.
That photo is amazing. He took a picture of it. I'll show you guys later. Oh, this is the Little Big Planet music, I think.
Yeah, this is still pretty unbelievable.
Yeah.
I know that's me, but I also, yeah, I can remember that feeling of slowly sinking. Puchan likes to make bubbles.
I'm glad I just left this in like this. Like I didn't edit that down.
Really walking over this guardrail. Now guys, I do a lot of things one-handed when it comes to showing adventure stuff. This is difficult.
This is very steep. It doesn't,
This hill.
does it look steep?
Kind of looks steep. If you look at the angle of the trees and then that the land is going like this.
And it was crazy because like the elephants could walk up, but like they're built for it and stuff, but they would slip a little bit. Like their feet would like slide down a little bit and you'd just be like unsettled. It was really, really intense.
Bye.
And this is where we passed another group of elephants
yeah.
on this hill. They were coming down
My
it.
legs were between 2 elephants.
I'll show you Eric. You can see what's happening.
Yeah, look at that.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
And sometimes our whole group wasn't together.
Yeah.
We're missing 2 elephants there.
Yeah.
That's the hill we're walking up, and it's still going.
But every elephant had a trainer dude with it.
Wow, I don't even know what to say. I didn't think this was gonna happen, but there's another group of elephants coming our way. I don't know
The music's building appropriately.
what to do with that. And I don't know how they're going to react to other elephants. Do they know these elephants? Have they met these elephants? I have.
Who is that?
Yeah. We're gonna find out though.
She looks like she does this every day. Like girl up there. It's like whatever.
The hand behind her says no.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, look at this.
Chains and stuff.
Little bumper cars there, bumper elephants. Got my foot tucked between an ear and a body there. This, oh my. Like ants. Gotta go and say hi.
I think Puchan gets freaky here.
Sniffing and whatnot. Puchan. Puchan.
Yana.
Up in there. That's not cool. Oh man. I don't know where we're going at all.
Yeah, wait,
And
you're
I
in the
am
front.
in the front. There's no trainer ahead of me. Puchan's just going.
I think he knows though.
Yeah, he's gotta know.
And the trail gets a little more. Are you serious? Whew. We've been going for about 10 minutes now. And it's been an interesting trek coming back. Ben, our guide, told us that we'd be going up and downhill, and he meant it. It's an odd way to ride around. This right here is, although bumpy, not very crazy at all. Oh, my guy's getting a stick. He really wants that stick very badly.
You can just tell how smart they are. Even watching this video. Something about their behavior. He dropped a shoe. Remember this? Somebody's shoe.
Yeah, I do remember.
You remember?
the shoe
Somebody's shoe
situation.
fell off. Yeah, I think I was in there. I think somebody's shoe fell off, and he told the elephant to pick it up, and the elephant picked it up and handed it to him. Like while he was on the back of the elephant.
Eric's elephant is a little scared of cars.
Okay, maybe this is.
There's tasty treats over there, and the scenery, again,
It's just
is absolutely
stupid.
amazing. Elephant has snack.
นักข่าวรู้จักหมดวันตาสู้หมดเลยหมดเลยหมดเลยไปมือเทคนี้นี่ไปไปเลย
We've been taught a new way to sit. It's a little bit scary because you don't have the foot.
It was definitely scary.
Before. So,
That's crazy, man.
right in
There's an elephant down there.
the trees. Okay, it's nice that those don't have thorns on them. And this is what we're going through. I have no idea where we're going.
It's kind of amazing humans domesticated these
Weird
things.
views of Puchan, but this is Puchan. Notice his bell. He's been jingle jangling the whole way. We're finally done with our ride. And this little guy's been taking me all around. I've been holding onto that rope for dear life.
Our elephant adventure with Puchan and Mae Mai is going down in the books as one of our most loved adventures to date of life. These elephants are amazing. We had so much fun with them, and we wouldn't have traded this adventure for any other. It's important to find a company that treats their animals well so that you're supporting a good situation. Make sure that you investigate and find out that there's a good habitat for the animals and a good relationship with the animals and their owners and trainers. That's very important. But once you find this, there's some magic to be had.
Yeah, this is just footage that the company had made that they gave us. Yeah. That's like, again, really rare.
I think they did a really good job with providing people the ability to. You edited it and put it together really nicely. I mean, they gave us just raw files.
Yeah, they gave us a CD full of all their photos and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
And I wonder if they. CCB. I said it's supposed to be a B. CCB. Ooh, nice cup.
You wonder if they?
If they had normally done that for everyone, did
Yeah.
they just provide people with
Yeah, I think they do. They do.
pictures and videos?
No, they do. Yeah, that was my impression.
Well, I was wondering if they just give people pictures and not the videos, but
No, I don't think we had any special treatment.
CCTV.
Chicken
we
biscuit
never
bites.
ate those.
Here is the Mexican chicken sausage. Ole!
That's
That
one
was
of my,
classic you.
one of my best lines.
Is that how you ended it?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
video.
nay.
Ole. Oh man. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Okay, so let's go. Let's look at some of these pictures. I think it's going to be a lot of photos of elephants, to be completely honest. But let's see what we get.
There's been a request for a sound clip of the Olay. Bus experiences were really novel. I'd never really like ridden a bus in America, like maybe a couple times.
What about the cheese? You rode the bus. You rode the cheese all the time.
Different type of bus. I did ride the cheese a lot, but like long distance buses or city buses, like I had never ridden a city bus. I'm pretty sure
even
never.
In Richmond?
Even in Richmond. My mom used to talk about it, that she'd take the bus to places, and I'd be like, that doesn't sound good. We took long distance buses, like going from Virginia to New York City.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got really bus
Like with your
sick.
family?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, huh.
We
I
did
didn't know
it
that.
2 times, and then I think my dad just started driving. Not because I got sick, but because I think he just likes that
Driving, yeah.
better.
So
These were all novel experiences being on a...
I don't remember this specific bus, but do you remember the bus? And we didn't talk about this at all in the footage, which I find really strange. We took one of these Thai super buses, I don't remember what they're called, from the southern area up to Chiang Mai overnight. And we sat in the very front on the top floor, like on the second level. We got the very front seats, and they're these huge, really big, comfortable, like lazy boy, basically, seats. There's 2 of them next to each other. And then we had this giant window in front of us, and it was overnight. And as we were going up the road, the sun came up. Do you remember any of this?
Not really.
Yeah, it was, and like I couldn't sleep very much. I was awake almost the entire time, and I was listening. I remember that I was listening to explosions in the sky, like while we were going up. And this like Thailand is like opening up in front of me on this huge window and stuff. And the bus is like, if you've been on one of these double decker buses, like in Thailand, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But they're really comfortable, but then like they make the aircon as cold as possible. And when you're in Thailand, you're not like dressed for aircon. You're not dressed for the Arctic Earth. And for some reason, it's like a sign of classiness or whatever. And like local Thai people like come with like ski jackets to ride the buses. It's crazy. I don't understand what the whole thing is, but it's sort of terrible, even though the bus looks like it's going to be really comfortable. But that's not this bus. That just made me think of it. This might have been like a connection between that bus and another bus or something. Who knows? These are just some photos. That's a photo I took with my DS at the time. I had a DSi, and we stayed at we got into Chiang Mai in the morning pretty early, if I recall.
Oasis from the rooftop.
Yeah, and I just laid down in this hammock and slept for hours because I'd been awake all night on the bus. Like not sleeping because it was freezing.
And I like that I was like, man, I should probably wake him up. We are burning daylight right now.
I don't know what. I think you were just digging through a Lonely Planet or something.
I was definitely digging through the Lonely Planet. I was ready to go, and I also probably hadn't slept.
That was the best nap that I'd had in a while. I still remember that nap goes down in history. It was a good one. Just us goofing around. Another picture, I guess, with my DS. With the DS, you can tell by the file name.
Also the shape.
Oh, hey, Thailand, what's up? We are talking about a visit that we made to Thailand in 2009. We had made
Thailand.
We had made a video about it, and you just missed the video. I don't know if you saw it or not, but we just watched this video of us there, and now we're going through some of the photos. Just up from the over thing. I'm taking pictures with a DS.
Yeah, surprising.
No, this is fun. So there, we didn't even talk about it, but we did have that scooter when we were up there as well.
This was, I think, when the dog was looking at me. He looked cross.
At some point, a dog chased us, and you had to kick it.
Yeah, I had to.
Was
I
that
had
here?
to kick a dog in the face.
We did do some islands, but later. This is up north in Chiang Mai, but we did islands as well when we were there. Yeah. Oh yeah, this temple area or whatever that we went to had all these signs like nailed to these trees. The mad dog hates water. The sex crazed man hates Dhamma. I guess. Mm-hmm. These scenes are just amazing. there's the dog.
Yeah.
Is that the dog that was
You
giving
see
you
that
the
dog?
eye?
You see that look in that dog's eyes?
Let's see what we get here.
You see? I remember this dog really clearly because we like drove off and he just stared at us.
It's got your number.
And this is where
Oh, yeah.
we're starting to see the.
They put these pictures on cigarettes. I don't know if they, I mean, I'm sure they still do, maybe to a degree. I don't know. But it's just like, these are the problems you can get from smoking. It's like, has to be on the box.
60 baht, like $2 for a pack of cigarettes.
I don't know what the exchange rate is like anymore.
Well,
But
I mean, then it was 33 baht for $1. He buff. Yeah, he was buff. I was a bit worried he was coming after us. We did not go to level 8.
No. I think that the previous waterfall that we had gone to, there were a lot of people. This one, I don't think there were many
Yeah,
people.
there were
so
not
it was
very
like we're
many
alone.
people,
It's
so
a
we
little,
were
little
pretty
scary.
worried. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Look how small I look. I don't look small usually.
Yeah.
I'm on the bridge.
U-turn. I see. Some funky stuff.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah,
looking.
like the shit like that. I just thought to myself, this plant is just gonna start moving and kill us. I'm done. My mind went to some crazy ass places.
It's pretty wild looking. I don't think I've seen something like that since. It's a great picture. Camera did a good job with that.
For my cousin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she really likes
Elephants?
elephants.
Andrea. Oh, I didn't know that. This is a good picture too. Like,
Dude, they were getting ready. We sat there and watched them do this for a little bit, like stringing up these things. It was really cool.
yeah, they were getting ready for a festival or something like that. Twinkle Star Sprites. I sent this to your brother. That's why I took this picture.
Have I seen this game?
Yeah, I've got it on Switch. I still play it.
Yeah, I know. And I thought that I was like, man, is it called Smash Ups? What are these called?
Oh, like a shmump or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can shoot them up. Shump.
Shmump.
I hate this word. I can never remember how to say it.
But
It's like my favorite genre of video game.
I was
going
gonna ask, like, okay, so what would I think about to know what this game looks like? And I was just like, even if you described it, it wouldn't matter.
It's like a puzzle game.
They
though.
all.
Competitive puzzle game.
Oh, this is a competitive puzzle game,
But
not
it's sort of a shooter, like
Oh.
mixed in. You should play it with
Okay.
me someday.
I'm not good at those games.
Yeah, it's
Although we did play one recently where I took like 20 minutes and like zenned out on it, and I succeeded in the level and got gold.
Yeah, but anyway, your brother and I used to play this like right after, like kind of around high school, sort of.
Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, thanks for the follow, man.
Just a
Good
heads
man.
up that next week we'll be doing the same thing at the same time, at
Different
another
video.
at another location
But in Thailand still,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're going through a bunch of old videos of ours.
I like these signs again. Like, today is better than 2 tomorrows. Do you believe that?
No. I can definitely see me looking at that sign going, no.
Merit is to be accumulated. Evil is to be abandoned. Okay. Can't read that one.
I can get in on that. Crying with
Crying with the
is better than laughing with the fool. Crying with
wise.
the wise is better than laughing with the fool. Don't know. No idea.
Yeah.
Today in class we read Sarumo
I know what you're gonna say.
Ochiru.
Yeah.
And Monica leaned over to me and she goes, "It's a proverb." It's like, I know. And I told her it makes me feel good.
The proverb is basically monkeys also fall from trees.
Even monkeys fall from trees. Yeah. Kikara.
Yeah.
I left out the tree part.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just big. That's all. So this is gonna get into like all the elephants.
You know how to have it happy? We have it marked on our, it's like October 28th.
No, November, something like that.
What?
Yeah, it's on our calendar every year. It says, you know, how to elephant happy, just to remember.
I'm willing to take this bet
Okay.
that you haven't signed on to. Elephant happy.
I'm telling you.
I'm typing in elephant happy.
Elephant happy. Oh, you got nothing. Google search is like really garbage though.
Elephant. I got nothing. Why? Eric, fix it. Happy.
October 27th. Dang it.
Ooh, I told you, son of a
Dang
bitch.
it.
I told you.
But you said 28th.
I know, but I was way more right.
Price
than
is
you
right
ever
or
were.
something. I don't know. I'm fine.
You were way out of the game if it was Price is Right. Yeah, you just canceled yourself out more. You did not make the elephant happy. Ooh, Puchan.
That's just Puchan. Puchan was the only one with husks, right?
No, yours had tusks.
Did she?
Puchan had broken tusks. Well, I don't know if Mae Mai had tusks. There was another one that had tusks that were bigger than Puchan's.
So this is the crew. The two people on the left were also from the States. The two people in the middle are from the UK, and then the two people on the right are idiots. And I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to like come off like snarky about people or anything like that because everybody was totally fine. But this girl on the far left, when we first got there, she fell in a hole.
Like, so between the walkway that we were on, which was quite narrow, and like the rice paddy, there's just a ditch that like I guess water can flow through and whatnot, and she just walked off into this and fell into it.
Like it was a significant fall.
It was a significant fall, and she just turned around and she was like, "Oh, it's fun."
So I like her reaction to embarrassment was just to be like, "No, I like falling in holes."
Yeah.
It was really funny.
That was kind of a meme for us for a little while. That's fun. Like anything terrible happens, or, not terrible, but just like stupid shit like that. That's fun.
The blonde girl was fairly posh in her presentation, and there's something that happened.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I have the picture, but we'll explain it if we get to something. So they had me. Somehow I got picked to be the person that like was the example person. I don't know how I got picked for that.
Yeah.
Usually it's you that gets picked for that kind of thing.
I make too much eye contact.
Yeah. But yeah, they had me doing the first meeting of the first elephant that was there.
Ah.
Yeah, and they were like,
you
at
sniffing
some point they were like, you have to check to see if the elephant is healthy, and that you got to sniff its poo.
And basically you want that the poo doesn't smell like anything.
I guess, I don't know. But there's you sniffing some poo. And I don't think I have the picture, but there's a picture of this posh girl sniffing the poo. And it's funny.
Yeah, it is really funny. I can't believe you didn't put it on.
I don't know. It felt weird to just like,
The names are there.
That's our names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at how good that picture is. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. I thought their photography was really good.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
The weather and just everything was good. Oh, he looks old.
That picture is nuts. That picture is nuts. Look how tack sharp like Puchan is and everything in that. Like, it's just a really good photograph. It's one of the best pictures of us that's ever been taken.
You know how to elephant happy? It's a good photo.
I am, but I love old elephants. Little ones, at least.
I like that photo too. And this one.
Yeah, I think I've seen this picture quite a bit, actually.
There's Asian elephants and African elephants.
Yeah, they're different. It's a cool picture, too. We're just sitting on their heads. Are they okay with this?
I guess so. I like that they were just yelling at us from afar.
Yeah.
Just do that! Just get back! What?
Do you remember this?
I remember sitting here. I don't have on pants. We needed to do laundry that badly.
You're not wearing pants there?
No,
What are
that's
you
a
wearing?
towel.
Oh, it is a towel. That is a towel. You're right.
And we're at like a computer shack. Like you can get on a computer, and we're using their washing machine that they just have outside. And I remember we had a good chat here. I don't remember what the chat was about, but I do remember like an in-depth chat here. Ooh, tier 1. Subscribe. Thank you.
Okay, sesame seed bagel.
Oh, that's
Thank you for this. You gotta say that.
That's
You
a
gotta say the
good
name too.
name.
It is pretty good.
It was so long, and I was just like, "There's too many E's in there. I'm never gonna pull this off." But it's words.
Yeah, I for some reason I have. You're right. We had some sort of chat, and I remember it kind of being heavy, or not a great.
It wasn't heavy like anything between us as a relationship. I feel like it was like one of our first kind of concept chats. We might have had them in America as well, but I just remember it was something like maybe building the fundamentals of some larger conversation.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but I don't know. I didn't remember, and I knew there was something to this, and I was curious if you had in your mind what this might have been. So, I guess all that said.
Is that the last one?
Yeah, that's all the photos.
Oh, okay.
Let me get us so that we have some light that is decent.
Sis. That was fun.
All right, I think we have light, and I think everything is good now. The camera should drop the ISO and make things look nice. So the thing that I have had like going back and forth for a long time in my head is, what do you think about the elephant experience from the standpoint of good for animals or bad for animals? Because there's a lot of stuff and a lot of, like, in Thailand or in other countries as well, where animals are in an abusive situation and tourists come and it's gnarly, it's bad. And we've seen these things for sure. And like you explained in the video, you went out of your way to find something that had been vetted to the degree that you can vet something as a tourist in a country where you can't speak the language.
As an elephant specialist.
You know what I'm saying? And if I recall, the situation that was going with that particular company was that they were, they would take in elephants that had been in abusive ownership things and then get them back to health and then put them into a non-abusive tourist type thing. And it was quite, I don't remember what it cost us, but it was quite expensive. And the purpose of it basically was that the elephants, the tourists would come, spend money, and that gave them money for like keeping the elephants healthy and feeding them and all that stuff. So the elephants were essentially working for the thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
So,
are you looking, do you have the email? Is that what you're looking at?
Possibly. So it's either that it was $130 each, or it was $130 total.
I think it was each.
So, and yeah, $130 each to me really would have like just blown my mind. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I have an email from you that says beaver time. And it was sent on October 8th, 2011. It's about beavers. Oh. It's a very long email. Too long, didn't read.
So, in my head, I have grown to think that that might have been something that I would not be comfortable doing now. Because a lot of, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. It's so weird. But when I watch the video back, I don't feel like, the memories that I have of the whole situation are so positive, and I watch it back and I don't see anything that like screams to me like those animals are in a bad condition.
Yeah, I watched that and I did not feel like those animals were being abused. I felt like those animals were having a human experience. Like the only thing that I worry about is maybe that they're being worked harder than they normally would be. Like, would they be doing this activity every day? Is this activity good for them? Is it good that they're out there
maybe
doing
it's
that?
healthy for them.
And is the diet okay? Like, they seemed genuinely happy. Like, if they weren't happy, I don't know.
But I don't remember seeing like any aggression or anything. Like the people, the trainers, they'd have to like tug on them sometimes, and they'll come over here, or they would speak to them, and the elephants would respond and stuff. And the alternative situation, if they weren't there, it's complicated because, like, on one hand, is it good to have foreigners come in with all their big bucks and, like, you know what I mean, like, do these activities like this? Is it okay? It's weird. It gets into a gray area of morality that I don't have an answer to. And the only way I think I could be comfortable with it is if, one, I understood more about actual elephants, like, and two, if you could see like everything about where the elephants lived. Like, what is their life situation?
What does it look like for them?
But the people seemed like they actually did care about the elephants. That's the vibe that I got, especially from the dude that spoke English with us and stuff. Like the, help elephant happy guy or whatever. Like, he seemed like he was really passionate about it. So
he seemed like he was really happy to be doing what he was doing. And I think that has a lot of basis in the fact that he has a quality product. It's weird to call it a product, but it is. Would I do it again? Probably. Yeah.
I think it might even be easier now to vet the place through the internet than it was then. These places probably have reviews out the gazoo now. In more video stuff and stuff. I don't know. You know what I mean? It might just be simpler to understand what you were getting into. I mean, you were going on a couple of internet reviews in Lonely Planet.
Yeah. And their website, which is like, you're looking at their website, they're going to tell you what they want you to hear.
Yeah, Lonely Planet, in my history and my understanding, tends to be fairly, like, stringent about animal stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of feel like they kind of go do some groundwork to not promote something.
Yeah, they don't want it coming back to them.
I just kind of think it's in their ethic, like the Lonely Planet's ethics as well. They're kind of hippie-ish, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading more into a big corporation than I need to be. I don't have choices. Anyway, my point really just comes down to is that, like, it's always been the longer it's gone since I've watched that video, the more unsettled I've become about it. But watching it again kind of grounds me again in it. I'm like, I think it was actually good. That's just my takeaway now. They
seemed really happy. They seemed welcoming. They seemed gregarious. Like, and not just gregarious amongst their own species, but amongst...
They were social with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah. I think it was really good. And I also wondered if I was going to watch this and regret what I did.
Yeah.
And
that's what I was wondering too.
I don't feel like any regret about it. I'd probably go and do it again, even more so if, like, somebody showed me a video that they had done this and this is what it looked like. I'd still, if I'd only seen that video, I might sit there and go, maybe I'm missing some stuff. But we also still kind of feel like that, like, we didn't get to see where they sleep and things like that. Like, is there sinister stuff happening outside of what we're doing?
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, I think we're coming to the same conclusion that it seemed like an overall good situation.
Yeah.
Which is nice to not have fucked that up.
I guess the takeaway from this is, if you're going to go someplace and do animal stuff, try to do as much as you can to make sure that it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, even in Japan, like, cat cafes are kind of okay, but, like, a lot of the animal cafes are bad. Like, it's bad news. Like, a lot of these animals should not be in these situations. Cats mostly. I mean, whatever, cats just lay around and do fuck all anyways. But, like, rabbit cafes or, like, hedgehog cafes. Cat ones could be bad too, but...
Yeah, I went to a rabbit cafe recently, and I just...
Gnarly. We went to one together a while ago.
Are you talking about the one that was in Ikebukuro?
Yeah.
That experience was better than the other one I went to. The other one, it didn't necessarily seem like the rabbits were being mistreated at all, but it just had a filth level that I wasn't dealing with very well. Yeah, apparently I just don't deal with that shit.
All right.
On that
happy note, yeah. I guess that's the end of tonight.
Yeah, we were done watching us
this time.
Yes.
But I think next time we go to Mae Hong Son. Mae Hong, that right?
Mae Hong Son.
I think that's what it's called. And that was one of my favorite places in the world. And I still talk about it.
I'm excited to see it again.
Yeah, me too.
To get the right picture. All I see in my head is you with the giant thermos and like a picturesque lake.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll be heading there next week, same time, same place on the internet.
Yeah, so Tuesday nights in Japan time, and they're 8 p.m. Japan time, so you can convert to wherever you are in the world. A thermos in a lake, yep. That's it. All right, thanks to everybody for hanging out, and we will see you next week, or before then when we stream at other points that are more random than this one.
Very true.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye.